worked his tail off learning the system and calling it and having that rhythm to it. He's put a lot of work and time and effort into that. And
every single time he gets put in a place to actually throw footballs, he comes prepared. After hiding Shedeur Sanders' team reps from the media, today it was his first time getting official team media. And then, of course, there's more controversy as he got no first team reps, but still, by many's accounts, looks like quarterback run. So today what we're going to do is, as always, review some of the clips. He did throw his first interception. It was a batted ball, so it's not that big of a deal. But I do want to point out that Dylan seemed to have a good day. Really, it seemed like a day for the rookies. The rookies had the most touchdown totals. Pickett didn't do too bad himself, so we're gonna go over that. We're gonna go over what a Browns insider said. Like she said, we'll go right into it. ESPN NFL reporter Kimberly Martin says there are people inside the Brown facility who believe Shedeur Sanders can 100% be the starting quarterback. And the Dogs, Cleveland, who's reporting this out, says that they agree. I agree too. And let's get to the meat and the potatoes, right? The two probably most viral plays that are going to be of today, and then we're going to get into the rest of the stuff, has to be Shedeur Sanders' interception and then Shedeur Sanders' dot. I'm talking about, this is the type of ball that really summarizes the type of throwing talent that he has. And I see everybody looking around like, wait, what? This is a 5th round draft pick? Yeah, man. We'll go deeper into that. But more importantly, please like this video if you like it. I cannot thank y'all enough for the support. We're going to be doing all types of NFL stuff. Look, we're not stopping the college football stuff, son. All right? When the college football ramps up, we're going. We got a transfer video coming out soon. Stay locked in with me, but plenty of NFL videos coming as well. So subscribe if you don't want to miss it. Hit the bell icon if you don't want to miss it. Let's get right into it. Even though I probably already played this while you were watching it, huh? But here it is. The interception. Now, it is a busted one. Boom. It smacks it, and then it's in the air, and he gets his first interception of the camp. So not a lot to say here other than, clearly this feels like if I'm trying to get, overly, analytic, I guess, maybe don't force it, underneath there. But that's not the reason why it got intercepted. It didn't get intercepted because Shedeur threw it. It's more so because of the crazy angle and the crazy bounce right here. So, boom, in the air. So that sucks. You see him do that. But what I did see in that pass and what you're going to see in this pass is some velocity. Now, I was openly, and y'all got at me in the comments when I said this. I said, hey, the consistency of his velocity can sometimes be inconsistent. That's a long way of saying that. And clearly y'all felt a certain way. And I got to tell you what, maybe I misspoke because I ain't seen no such thing as inconsistent velocity. I have, as I've been paying attention through his, and I think this is a credit to him working on it and fine tuning it. But hey, I'm open to being wrong too. But I can't tell you nothing about this one. I ain't got no criticism about this. What I love about these throws that are being highlighted, and we're going to have some more throws too. The other Brown quarterbacks are still doing a good job. Dylan Gabriel, like I said, I think is the second most impressive. He had 3 touchdowns as well, and no interceptions, so he kept it clean. So shout out to Dylan Gabriel. And Joe Flacco hit some deep balls. Kenny Pickett was moving around. Kenny Pickett seems to be very open to getting those checkdowns, and we're going to do that. But what I see specifically from the highlights, because he's still, Shedeur is still doing checkdowns, he's still doing other stuff, is that these are some tight window throws. So I actually want to take this one because, again, this is high level stuff. This isn't just, oh, okay, well, hey, you're waiting for this with anticipation and throw a corner route or just throw this route. No, we're at this point, you're throwing if we see here, is that a corner or not a corner? Is that a real post or what is this? Because I see he's attacking the middle of the field. So let's see what route he's running. Yeah, so he's, skinny post, right? Skinny post on the goal line. So right there. And what does he see? What does Shedeur Sanders see? So I'm trying to see the coverage. It looks weird right here. So you got 1, 2, maybe a nickel look. What's it called? It looks man too. And that's what I was going to point out. Looks very manny. Very manny. He got him up here. Looks like he's on the backside. He's looking. This guy's going to go with this guy. So I think we're in man. All right, so we're in man. And he's putting this thing on a rope right now. So what he sees in the rotation here, if I can't see where this other safety is, unless this is the other safety, which is probably what he saw, unless he's over here. Right? I'm assuming either a closed field. Now he's cheated way over here. So it's got to be an open field. I'm assuming open field, right? This guy's going to take him, but he gives it to him right there. Yeah, no, that's all about manipulating a small window on this skinny post where it just opens up. If that easy, because it's hard to see it from this flip side, but you can see him just reveal himself, show his numbers. That's over a backer too. This is what I mean by high level. So, okay, he's in a zone. So maybe this isn't man. So this I don't know. So some people playing man. It looks like some people in the zone. I'm not no expert, son. Okay, what I am gonna tell you is this is not a wide open pass. This ain't no middle demolish. You know what I'm saying? This is somebody who you gotta layer this thing over. And then when you throw this ball, he's going to have to catch it through somebody. And look at where he puts the ball. This is what I talk about when I talk about NFL throws. It's a two thing. It's a mindset throw to have the ability to say, okay, I'm going to put the ball there, right? And then the other side is actually having the arm talent to back it up. And something that I've loved about Shedeur, and I don't think that gets talked about, he knows what his arm can do. He very rarely ever throws a pass that his arm can't back up, right? Now, Cam Ward's a victim of this because he's only a victim of it because his arm is so good, but he will try to do some things and try to do. Jared Goff has been, has been victim of that. Guys with really good arms sometimes just try to force it, but Shedeur knows that, hey, I don't have a giant arm, but hey, I got enough. I got enough to put this over a defender, and then with the defender on my guy, back of the end zone, Tony toe tap, and now while that's amazing, while we all think that's great, everybody's favorite hater, first, and this is another angle too. We got angles. I want you to know that everybody's favorite Browns hater, that thing is nice. Everyone's favorite Browns hater, Mary Kate Cabot. I never wanted to do this. I've only really came at Mary Kate whenever she did that lie. And I was like, look, she lied. Other than that, she's trying her hardest. She's just being a reporter. Okay. But when I see this now, and obviously you had the whole, contract thing. I wasn't even that mad at the contract thing. Look, NIL difference. Okay, cool. But now Mary Kate Cabot says Brown Shedeur Sanders to Caden Davis, 11-11 is a great throw, but Davis's foot was on the line. Now, was Davis's foot on the line? Let's see. I mean, you can't see, and I have a hard time believing Mary Kate could see that. But if we could see that, I think he is. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's close. I think he's on the line. But that's some hating stuff, Mary Kay. No, I'm joking with you. That's fine. It just seems like it's a little extra to spread on there. But going through the rest of the clips, and we also have Tommy Reese speaking about Shedeur Sanders. I'll probably put that at the beginning of the video too, just talking about how hard he's been working as well as the quarterback position. But let's speak about these numbers and the other clips that we have. We're going to get into them because Shedeur did – so Shedeur, again, got the least amount of reps. Sorry, I'm so dumb. Joe Flacco got the least amount of reps. But the thing was that Shedeur got no first-team reps. I'm stupid. I remixed it. Again, 3 interceptions. Not 3 interceptions. 3 touchdowns. Lord, can I get to that? 3 touchdowns, 1 interception on the day. Kenny Pickett with 2 interceptions, 9 for 15. Dylan Gabriel, 11 for 20. A lot of missing. A lot more misses, but he keeps it clean, no interceptions, and still throws 3 touchdowns. So shout out to Dylan Gabriel. We've got a few good passes. He's connecting with Jerry Jeudy. Here is Shedeur Sanders connecting with what I think is going to be the brightest spot. Even if Shedeur Sanders becomes the starter week 1, I think Harold Fannin is going to be one of the most impactful rookie players, even though I still think Quinshon Judkins is going to go crazy. And I know Dylan Simpson is going to go crazy. Here's Shedeur Sanders connecting some more. Rolling right. He's been doing a lot of drills, getting in motion. He looks smooth. He looks clean there. Here is Shedeur Sanders too. Gage Lavardane. Here he is here. Lined up. But I do want to point out that he is 11-11. Oh, and so he is getting 11-11 reps. So I do want to point that out. He is, and the media's getting to show it. But like I said, he got no first team reps. And I want to stress here because and Mary Kay Cabot, she said this too, and we're gonna have a separate video specifically talking about the hating and not the hating, but just the misrepresentation, right? And a lot of people wanted to say, hey, he holds on to the ball too long, he drifts in the pocket. Mary Kay came out and recently said he drifts in the pocket too much, XYZ, elemental P. But this kind of negates all those things. It's almost like, what I'm saying? Even when I said about the velocity thing and he shows an amazing ball and the balls that he's been doing over the last 2 weeks, he continues to prove himself right. I can't get the ball out quick. And not just get the ball out quick. How about with anticipation? How about I throw this ball? He's throwing this with space and reading. 1, 2. He's throwing right now. Right now he threw that ball. Right? He's throwing that ball before he's getting out of phase. So as someone who is at least seeing those things and starting to evolve in each step, you can see that it's not just, I'm throwing wide open passes. Hey, the anticipation. Hey, who'd have thought? Who would have thunk? He loves to attack the middle of the field. And that's something in a Kevin Stefanski offense that's going to make him thrive. That's something that Dylan Gabriel did really good at a high level throughout his stops at UCF, Oklahoma, and of course at Oregon. But I got to be honest with you, I don't think there is a quarterback attacking the middle of the field in the way that Shedeur is from these OTA clips. So interesting stuff to see. Again, head coach Kevin Stefanski has downplayed the practice order and first team reps, but we'll see if that changes during mandatory minicamp next week. So keep it on your can. Next week is mandatory minicamp. So that means Myles Garrett's got to be there. That means Deontay Johnson's got to be there. The people who haven't been at OTAs have got to be there. Browns OTA practice just ended. It was a strong day for Shedeur Sanders, who notably was the only quarterback not to take reps with the first team. If you are a Browns fan, please make sure you follow him if you do use X. That is, if you use that, follow him. He's one of the better in the business. He's no Mary Kay Cabot. All right. Now, getting on to the rest of the quarterbacks, here's Here's Dylan Gabriel connecting to Jerry Jeudy. Again, that lefty is gonna bring a different element. I really appreciate. I'll continue to say it. The way the ball comes out of his hand is just great here. Again, and that's what they were talking. So Donner at left tackle. So understand that, being a left-handed throw, it might not seem on the surface it changes a lot. It changes everything. So they're even switching the tackles, knowing that, hey, the blind spot is changing. The way it's going to change. Even the way he progresses is going to change, right? Because an immediate right now throw is not as immediate right now to a left-handed guy. His immediate, right now throw is going to look a little different, right? And again, Dylan Gabriel to Harold Fannin. Let's see what this is looking like here. And I think, like I said, I think he's Luka Doncic. I think Harold Fannin is Luka Doncic of the sports world, of the NFL. I think he plays at his own tempo, his own pace. You know what I'm saying? I think it can look at as unorthodox, but he's really going in there. And I think this is just them running around, getting loose. I think they were even in the running back drill. They was hitting the ball. There they are, obviously handing the ball off. Make sure you run, get loose there. Not too bad. Now, Kenny Pickett, who I think if you were to ask who's going to start tomorrow, I think a lot of Browns fans and Browns people would probably say Kenny Pickett. Not to say that they don't like Shedeur, not to say that Shedeur can't start, but if you're asking right now, I think Kenny Pickett has been doing a lot of things, and more importantly, I think taking care of the ball in a great place, in a great way, and it just seems that he's typically making some of the right decisions. Again, he's more prone to check downs. He's more prone to getting that ball out where he can. There's Quinshon Judkins taking the swing. Here's Kenny Pickett dealing with a little pressure in his face when he gets this one or trying to get this pass off, right? Play action there. Getting a little nasty there, but he's still, throws a nice ball there. Through somebody's hands, though. You hate to see that. You hate to see it hit somebody's hands and it just squabble on through there. And then Kenny Pickett again, this time to Jerome Ford. So he's under center now. Boom, getting deep in there. 1, 2, 3. Boom. See, again, like I said, he loves to check down. I'm not loving his drop back. I gotta be honest with you. We were watching, I was watching, and if you want to become a member, I think that's what I'm gonna start doing with my member videos. I'm gonna watch some old football games, obviously because it's copyright. I can't show it on YouTube. But if you're a member, I can do that for you. So y'all let me know down below. Hit that membership icon. If enough of y'all join, I'll do that. Y'all comment enough of y'all, boom, I'll make the content there so y'all can join. But what I was doing is I was watching some RG3 film, and something that we saw, and it was the first game back after obviously the ACL injury, and that was the big thing of him, retooling his drop back. And what I saw was like, wow, they set RG3 up for failure. Now, I know he's not anyone's favorite milkman or anything, but from a football standpoint, when you see the comfortability that he dropped back with, his rookie season, even though it might have been perfect, even though maybe it took off run too much, what it turned into was even worse because it was this hesitant. It was like there's no rhythm in his drop back. And when I look at this drop back, I don't know if he's just not used to it. Maybe he's just getting used to it. There's a little bit of a hitch at the top of his drop back. So maybe he's just getting used to it. Maybe he's just getting up. But I would like to see that be smoother. But hey, it's OTAs. I think this is the time. Or for sure, I know this is the time to get these things out, get these kinks out. Only a real throw we saw from Joe Flacco, or at least good throw. Like we said, he only threw 7 passes. So, you know what I'm saying? January Joe is a vet, so he does how he does. They just want to see him air it out. And, yeah, that boy can air it out. So let's hear, before we close it out, let's hear it from the offensive coordinator on how Shedeur has been doing as well as the quarterback battle, and then we'll go from there.
He's worked his tail off. He's really putting in a lot of work, as all those guys are. But you could tell on the mental side of the game and learning the system and calling it and having that rhythm to it. He's put a lot of work and time and effort into that. And then when you do that, the game starts to slow down and you can focus on finding completions. He's done a nice job of that as camps progressed.
And I'm gonna give my comments after we hear about the quarterback competition.
Other opportunities up there with the first group, and look, we're evaluating all the positions. So to say, hey, this is a first group, second group, like we're evaluating as we roll. So it matters. I think there's a certain confidence level. Hey, you look across, you see Jerry Jeudy there, that builds confidence, right? You look across, you have Poe calling the shots up front, that builds certain confidence. So again, all of that is part of this process. All of that is part of the development for all these quarterbacks.
So. And I want that to be pointed out before. I'm gonna work backwards because when it comes to oh my God, he's only making these touchdowns because he's going against the second team or he doesn't have first team reps. Dylan Gabriel gets first team reps. Well, first off, I mean clearly that's not Shedeur's fault. Second, right, it's clear that he's showing that with the limited reps, he's gonna continue to blow somebody away, right? And not just limited reps, limited 1 reps, and then on top of that, you hear him say, "Hey." Whenever you have a Jerry Jeudy to throw to, who'd have thought being on the first team also meant you're throwing to better players? Who would have thought that? It's not just, oh, you're with the second team, so you're going to get second team people. But if you're with the first team, I don't know if you know how the NFL works. Not a lot of two-way players. Not a lot of Travis Hunters out there. It's the ones versus the ones all the time. It ain't high school. It ain't ones versus twos. That's not how it is in the NFL, right? So before y'all, just keep your narrative consistent. When you start to make your hate tweet, because I'm sure when the next interception comes, or maybe he does actually have a bad throw, which he clearly has not had a bad throw, hasn't had a bad day yet. When he does have that, and y'all start spinning y'all's narratives, just pick a side. Is it he's throwing with first team and that's an advantage, or he's not with the first team and he's only going against second team defenders? Because Jerry Jeudy might make it look pretty good. A better offensive line might make it look good. A number 1 running back might make it look a little better because it's a team sport. I don't know if y'all knew that. But again, y'all spent the last 3 months trying to hold the last 2 years of the record against Shedeur Sanders. That's what y'all tried to do. I'll never seen that with another quarterback. But that's not the point. Going backwards, and let's talk about what Shedeur says. And I hate to bring it back to what some of the things that Deion says, but it's not even about that, but it's more so about like, man, they really tried to say that the same dude who apparently is impressing other offensive coordinators, saying that he's working hard, specifically working hard in the classroom, right? That's what he said. He said, hey, look, he's locked into the plays. He's locked into signal calling. He's locked into being vocal, right? He's locked into the next level of quarterback play, and that's what makes the things better that's what's allowing him to actually be successful. So for people to say, oh, well, why would you just assume that he wouldn't be unprepared? Because every single time somebody asks, is he prepared? Every single time he gets put in a place to actually throw footballs, he comes prepared. So please come up with a different lie. Please just say you don't think he's good at football, because the unprepared anonymous lies that no person is putting their own name on. It's been months at this point. I'm begging you, please, when you do that, hey, I'll shut up. I'll make videos about something else. I'll just say, hey, well, maybe he did that, but he's still a good quarterback. I'll tell you I'm wrong. I will admit that I'm wrong. But at this point, we're y'all are running out of reasons. Everybody's looking around like, wait, why did he fall? Why is offensive coordinators saying that he's shining and working and seemingly they're all working, but hey, Shedeur is really working. He's really doing that thing that y'all said that he couldn't do. Y'all said he was unprepared. Offensive coordinator says actually he's the most prepared. So, it is what it is. That's how it rolls. That's how the cookie crumbles. Y'all let me know how you feel about us in the comment section below. Plenty more OTA clips and things and reactions and lots of media stuff coming out soon. So y'all be on the lookout for that. Like the video if you like it. Dislike if you don't like it. Subscribe if you enjoy football content of all shapes and sizes. Continue to be great because you are the greatest, man. Again, the memberships. Y'all let me know. If you're interested, we'll do that. We'll watch some full games. We'll break some things down. Again, I'm no expert. I'm going to get some things wrong. I'll be yapping. I just made this channel to speak about football and pass some time. And I cannot thank y'all enough for being here, passing the time, and speaking about some foosball. So, blessed to Shedeur. I think he'll be QB1 eventually. Maybe not in the first game of the season, but I think that boy going to get some reps. The way he's looking at OT, and it's only OTAs, man. It's only OTAs. If you made it this far, comment down below. It's only OTAs, but do it in quotation marks so we know we're on the same page. But anyway, see you next time. Peace.